Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire.
Good evening, folks. Welcome to World of Tanks with Scout. Got an interesting game for you tonight. This is a Tier 9 max game. You can see I'm in a platoon with Cav Scout. I'm in my IS3 and he's in his T32. And I wanted to show this video to you. One is an example of pretty decent IS3 play. Two, because this game actually absolutely broke my heart. I was so close, I think, to Radley Walters medal. You all can tell me what you think in the comments down below after watching the video, but I'm telling you, it broke my heart. And last but not least, I've had some of my viewers ask for some more pointers on the IS3, and I wanted to share some things that I've learned in my billion games in the IS3. No, not that many. It's a couple hundred, but it is my favorite tank. I do drive it a lot. And I thought this game here is a pretty good example of just some tips and tactics that, you know, is more intermediate level IS3 driving as opposed to beginner or basic. First thing, coming up to this rubble pile right here. Now, unfortunately, this AMX 5100 is going to ruin my example, but let me show you what I'm talking about right here. We pause it and take the external view. What I'm trying to do here is use the rubble pile to get not quite hull down, but to shield this part of the tank right here, the lower glacis. And even though you can't get hull down, and like there are a lot of places where you can't quite get hull down, if that AMX 5100 isn't in my way, then I would have pulled in so that the left side of my tank right here is right here where you can see he's right in my way like a dork. And what that would have done is it would have shielded the lower glacis and then shielded it's the right side of the pike, even though left as you're looking at it, because we always orient like we're sitting in the tank. It would have shielded the right side of the pike. And then once you've got that covered, what you can do, kind of advanced angling 101, is you can pivot to your left a little bit, which will make this back angle on the left side of your pike even more extreme and make it almost impossible for anyone to penetrate your hull. Again, not a perfect example because the AMX pulled into my way, but just to give you an idea of kind of the things that I'm looking at when I'm trying to pull up into a position in my IS3. So I'll put it back into fixed camera. Took me a minute there. My buttons didn't want to cooperate. And right now I'm looking at shots on this IS and the Tiger II. Cav Scout had suggested going up the hill when this started. I was like, no way, man. That's where all the good tanks go to die. He's on my left right now, and I'm telling him, look at this Tiger II. Look at this Tiger II. Get up here. Watch this Tiger II. And sure enough, here he comes, completely focused on the hill, not paying any attention, and bam. Put a good shot into his flank and also track him there. We get some support either from the tanks across the way or the tanks of the hill, I'm not quite sure. Pull up because he's not oriented on us, put another shot into him, and get a spectacularly craptastic damage roll, 320. Average damage on this gun is 390 as memory serves. The AMX pulls up, tries to steal our kill. I actually pulled up there deliberately trying to block him because I really wanted to kill on that Tiger II. I felt like I deserved that, and I was really frustrated with that damage roll. And now going to pause this again right quick. Take a look at the mini map right now. There's Cav Scout, there's me. Look, there's a Foch right there. And there's another heavy tank right there to drive right up into the middle of this. Tanks on all sides. And you can see the hill is not going spectacularly either. They've been surrounded. They've got forces on both sides of the hill, and they're losing that fight. And this is when I told Scout, I said, dude, it is up to us. We have to do something. Move, move, move. Let's get up here and try to flank the IS3. You can see him here on the right side of the screen. Here he is on the mini-map. Because if we can flank him, then we'll duck in and get back around. Or if these guys will come up, turn this flank. But we got to do something now. So that's our thought process right now. And you see Cav Scout's quick to move up and advance on the IS3. And I saw this T-32 move forward. And I was really afraid he was going to try to pop out behind us. But he stopped. And so I dive in with Cav Scout on this IS3 and just look at all the enemy tanks up on the hill. At this point, it's 2-4. There's pretty much no pace on the map where we're not surrounded, and I'm thinking we're doomed. Now watch this. I'm going to slow this down for just a little bit, and I want to show you another example of a mistake people make when they're playing against an IS-3. Now look at how I'm coming around this corner. I am fully expecting to take a shot and have it penetrate, and that's fine. I will take the damage because my shot will kill this IS-3. But watch what happens if we play it in slow motion. And then I'm going to turn. You see me automatically angling, trying to get the tank straightened out, and look where he aimed. He aimed at the one shot on the one place on the IS3 that would have bounced. His shot hit right there. For whatever reason, he aimed right there, which you can see has additional angles working for it. The only place probably on the tank other than my gun mantle he could have bounced. If he would have just aimed for the front of the tank right here, look at how that's angled. It's perfectly flat. He would have penetrated that every time. Just not taking his time, trying to rush that shot too much, he completely blew a chance to penetrate me. And then if you watch this from my point of view, watch closely how I aim. I'm going to slow it down a little bit more so you can see. Now I'm going for the right side of his pike right now. And I was actually thinking about aiming low, but watch what he does. You see right there? As soon as he started turning right, I immediately transitioned to the left side of his pike. Because wherever he turns, it's unangling the other side of the pike. And that's where you need to be aiming to give yourself the best shot of penetration. Or in this shot, you could have also aimed right here at the lower glacis. But to be honest with you, I didn't trust myself to hit it. And I only had a split second. So when he turned that tank to his left, I started aiming to the right side of the pike. And we get the kill. So again, you really have to be careful of that pike on the IS3 and where you're pointing, because it's only 110 millimeters of hull armor, and that pike only works if it's positioned properly. If it is even a few degrees off, that can make a huge difference when you're only dealing with 110 millimeters armor. You see here we pull up, take the killing shot on the IS. T-32 comes out, puts a shot into the back of Cav Scout, and I'm kind of torn here. I want to drive around, continue the way I was going, and get behind the T-32, but I don't want to leave Cav Scout hanging out tracked. So I pause a minute. Then I see the Foch. I kind of want to go get the Foch, but not by myself, because I've had my skull kicked in by Foches on a couple of occasions. Our team gangs up on that T-32, puts him out of his misery, and now we start to maneuver on the Foch. And at this point, I'm telling Cav Scout, get behind me, get behind me. Don't take another hit from that Foch. It'll kill you, and we can't afford to lose another tank right now. And this is me and my noobishness. I really thought this shot would penetrate the Foch. Apparently not, even with my 227 millimeters of penetration at a range of 45 meters. So then I go for his lower glacis. Shot goes in right where I aim it. Apparently, still not enough to penetrate the Foch. I don't know if there was a better shot to make in that situation, but alright. I see the Foch straightening out, so we're going to wait till he gets perfectly perpendicular, giving us a flank shot, and sneak a shot underneath that railway car for the kill. Ugh, I hate Foches. So at this point, it's 8-9. I've got 4 kills, and pretty much the remainder of the enemy team is coming down off the hill. I don't have XVM, I generally don't run mods, but I watch my minimap, I know where they're at. So I'm sitting here waiting to get shots on someone coming off the hill. There's the Pershing, and oh my god. 160 meters away, and I cannot believe I donked that shot. That is a shot that I should have made. It was my error. If you watch it back in super slow motion, I actually jerked that shot a little bit low, and I was so furious at myself for blowing that shot. That is a very makeable shot, and one that I should have easily made. And you're going to see why as this game progresses, why I was so mad at myself for missing an easy shot like that. So we got the E50 and this WZ 111 1-4 around the corner here. I kind of wanted to go after the WZ, but I realized the E50 had his back to me, so I'm coming around trying to put a shot in his back. And didn't expect him to keep coming back like that. Really very fortunate that that shot penetrated considering the angle that his side was at. But it goes in, and we get our 5th kill. And now the WZ, remember, he just fired, and I know his loading time is longer than mine, so I'm betting that between him just probably now being reloaded and his aim time, he can't get the shot off. So that's why I come around at that bad angle and take the shot, because I'm gambling that he's not going to be reloaded and fully aimed before I get my shot off. Now we have the 112 up here, currently being worked by our IS3. Take a shot at that lower glacis. It goes in. We get a good damage roll this time, 428. You see Cav Scout off to the left is also working that 112, so I'm going to start moving around. And I also see the T30 pop up on the minimap, and I really did not want that T30 to put a shot into the back of my tank, because miraculously we're somehow on 6 kills and haven't taken a single penetrating hit. And with the death of that 112, we finally pulled ahead 12-11. So my concern right now is minimizing my damage, because I'm really concerned about the T30. I have a healthy respect for those things, and that 155. I continued pushing north here. I was looking for the IS3 and the T28. I know the last time any of them were spotted was on the hill, and I wanted to make sure that none of them were pushing east from the 0 line across in order to get behind us, coming out at, you know, Alpha 3, Bravo 3. No contact there, which tells me that they've got to be either middle or south. Probably went off the south edge of the hill. So now I know that it's safe to push south. Work with the 2 tanks that I have left, the IS3 and Cav Scout, and try to kill this T30. And oh, hello, Mr. T28 prototype. He's not paying any attention to us, so we'll sneak a shot into his turret. Back up behind the corpse of the AMX-50. He's still not looking at us. Reload. And oh my god, the tracks eat the shot. No damage. Another kill that I should have had. And by my count, folks, that's 6 kills that I did get and 2 that I missed. 1 because, okay, I donked a shot, and that one because tracks ate a 227mm almost perfect flank shot. And by my math, 6 and 2 is 8. That should have been Radley Walters. I was so furious right now. And Cav Scout's like, man, we just won. Just be happy. You got a top gun. And I was like, no, it should have been Radley Walters. Oh, I was so disgusted. And unfortunately, the IS3 either went AFK or got disconnected or something. He's up at the top of the hill. And this Yag Panther isn't coming off the cap. Cav Scout's going to stay there with him to try to get some cap points, and I'm telling him, well, it's such a close game. I mean, I seriously doubt he could kill all of us, but why bother? It ain't like I'm going to get a Radley Walters now, and that's game. Oh, so close to a Radley Walter medal in this tank, which I really want. Haven't got one yet. It broke my heart. Let's take a look at the results screen. So there we have it. 36,411 credits, 2,728 experience. That was the first victory in the IS3 of the day, so it is doubled. Top Gun medal. If we take a look at the team score, you'll see that we did 3,340 points of damage, which gets us the 6 kills, 1,364 base experience. Actually not top damage for that game. The other IS3 actually put out 4,022 points of damage, so he played a monster game. Even though he only got 3 kills, he still got 1,219 experience. And then in third place in terms of experience gained, there you see Cav Scout, who put out 1,757 points of damage, which I hasten to add is pretty good when you're shooting that 105 in an all tier 8 and tier 9 game. And that's why he got 934 experience. Even though the E50s did more damage than him, they were also tier 9 tanks in a primarily tier 8 game. Credit to that WZ111 1-4 driver who put out 4,000 points of damage and still got a loss. Again, I always hate to see that happen to guys when they play their hearts out and end up on a losing team, but hey, it happens to everybody. Also, that E50 driver, I'm pretty sure he was the last E50 that went down, the one that we killed coming around that corner. He played a heck of a game as well. Looking at the detailed report, I fired 15 shots, 13 of which hit. 1 missed, that Pershing, and then of the 13 hits, 11 penetrated. 1 got eaten by tracks, which cost us the 2 kills. And I'm telling you, I think it would have been a Radley Walters. I really think that should have been a Radley Walters game. All right, I'll let it go. But that gives us the 3,340 points of damage. Only took 2 hits. One was that really poorly aimed shot by the IS3 that we killed, and the other was the shot that we ate from the T-28 prototype trying to finish him off. Potential damage of 710 points of damage, which seems kind of weird. Seems like those 2 shots should have had a higher potential damage, but damaged 8 enemy tanks, destroyed 6. Actually got credit for 591 assistance damage in that game, so I'm probably tracking folks. And turned an 11,354 credit profit. So there you are, folks. I thought that was a really great game, even though I still have a little bit of heartburn because I feel like I was shysted out of a Radley Walters medal. I hope that you learned a couple of things about the IS3 from this game, and that you had fun watching this battle, because I really had fun playing this game. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.